DIECAST NORBZ is a channel devoted to the teen to adult toy collector, pop culture fans, and fellow nerd enthusiasts. This is a PG-13 channel. I might say so. Viewer and parental discretion is advised. Of this grand universe, and the fact multiple universes. Welcome to like the small little ant colonies, to the grandioseness of the grand fringes of the Cartridge F scale. You have actually tuned into DIECAST NORBZ Galactic Hooligan, and I appreciate each and every one of you for joining me today. Everyone, young and old, big and small, from male to female, and everyone out there in between, and all the colors of the rainbow and everything like that, all the hues that we can actually, that we have in this grand universe. Welcome back again. I appreciate you all for joining me. And today, Megatron's lost his head. Look at this. Now, we actually have this Studio Series Megatron, the concept art Megatron that we've actually had for such a long time now and everything. He's great. Like, the body is actually great, but sometimes the head can actually be like a little bit cold and mechanical. And, you know, like, not saying that you beautiful souls in the AI universe and everything who are actually watching me today, I appreciate your mechanicalism, I really, really do, but sometimes you actually have to soften things up for us humans and everything. So this will actually be, hold on, let me see if I can actually get a little bit of focus here on this guy. Probably not, but let me take you over to the stage where you can actually see that over there. And sometimes you actually need to soften things up and everything like that. Look a little bit more like the mechanical man that you're actually going to be, right? So let's check this guy. Let's check out what I actually have in place of this head. And welcome again. If you haven't already, please hit the like, please hit the subscribe, and please hit the notification bell. That will actually let the AI overlords know that I'm actually out here in the universe and everything. I'm actually trying to do my thing. Also, it actually helps me defeat the algorithm gods that are actually plaguing me right now. So I would really appreciate each and everything that you can actually do. Thank you for joining me today. Let's get into it. Megatron, gladiatorial warrior of the Cybertron Olympics. He is amazing. He is the true ruler of the Decepticons, and but this head just really wasn't doing it for me at all or anything like that. Like, it's actually very cool though, but it has actually kind of like it just needs like a little sprucing up. It needed something that made it actually look a lot cleaner. Like, I appreciate it for what it actually is though. Like, he is actually, like, this is actually just very cool. Let me see if I can actually clear up the photo on this. And there we go. We have like a little bit more of a closer look at what this guy actually looks like and everything like that. It really isn't that bad in all his like silvery destructiveness and everything like that, but he's actually got these Model-esque lips and everything like that. And we're actually trying to change like these sunken cheekbones and everything like that to something more. And because of that, we actually had to go over to eBay and AliExpress. Now, we have actually gotten some very cool stuff from... we've actually got some...
everyone! Norb, it was you! It was you!
Megs, hold on a second. Hold on, buddy.
Oh my god, I will destroy...
Wait a second. We'll fix this. We've got these new heads. I just want to show everyone these new spectacular heads that you've got, and then, you know, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I'm telling you, this head is going to be great. I'm going to hook you up. Don't worry.
Fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Awesome. All right, let's get on with the review. Megs, I know he's actually super upset over the loss of his head, but there are reasons, because we actually got right now these new heads that we're actually getting from AliExpress, and I actually got mine from eBay actually. Let me tell you why I actually have 2 of these heads, but like, let's check out the original right here. And again, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with the cold mechanical feeling of a tyrant and everything like that. You know what I mean? Like, because that is actually really, really good stuff right there. The sculpt is actually pretty amazing, but it was actually like a little bit too mechanical for me and everything, you know? And even though it was actually set for the movie universe and everything, and again, nothing wrong with this whatsoever. With like, I love the fact that they actually combined smooth and bucket in the same tense and everything like that, you know, like that's actually really cool. It's actually very robotic. I'm loving the riveting work that's actually going on in here and everything. Also, those Model-S clips and sunken chinks and everything like that, those can actually be kind of like what we'll actually see in the runway over in Paris, right? Right? But like, that's actually kind of like what Megatron doesn't necessarily need, and it's all right, you know, it's all right, you know, but like, there are better things to come. We actually got like these 2, let me just put this over here. We actually got these 2 heads that were actually coming in from both AliExpress and eBay, and we have this face right over here, which is just really, really freaking awesome. I love that so much. Gives them such an IDW look, you know? And that smirk is actually everything, you know? There's a reason why I got 2 though, and it was because when I ordered this one, I didn't know that there was like something that I didn't know that it wouldn't allow Megatron to transform or anything like that because of this ridge that it actually has right down here, you know? But this one actually kind of like takes place of that and everything. It's a little bit more silvery for my taste, and I might like try to do this all over again, reorder, and then just kind of like see if I can actually get something else there in its place and everything. Like maybe it'll actually match along a little bit more with this. But there we go. We actually have the detailing that's actually going on in here with that sharp nose and everything, that sharp Roman nose. And then the eyes are actually like really nicely colored and everything, just really beautiful. And the print is actually great. I'm actually loving this so much. These are kind of like losing that smirk, and it's actually kind of like more sunken in with like a little bit more of these with a little bit more of the silver paint and everything that was actually used, because they really deck this guy out with the silver and everything, you know? But again, if you actually do get either or, you're actually really gonna love this set, this upgrade here and everything, you know? Again, you can actually see like all the details over here. That's really, really nice. But over here, not as much, but I kind of wish we actually had like a little bit better or like a little bit of a darker paint like we actually got with this one right over here, you know? Like, look at that. That looks like evil Megatron and everything, you know? That looks like calculating Megatron right here. And this guy over here, this is the one I primarily use right now. I don't have an issue with it because I got used to it, you know? And I got used to it. I mean, that's pretty much all there is to it and everything, you know? But let's see what these actually look like on the top of Megatron's body. And again, for like a good measure and everything, I'm just showing you, sorry guys, I'm just showing you exactly what this actually looked like. You can't snap it on. You actually have to go over here and use the screw that's actually in here and everything to actually to untighten this part of the ball joint and everything, so you can actually like lift it off and everything. And once you actually separate the head, you'll notice that there is a lot going on the inside and everything, so that's actually great. But like, instead, let's try this. Now this is the original head that I actually got, and it just like pops right onto the ball and everything, and that looks really, really good. I love this so much. It's actually so great for a Megatron, for like the leader of the Decepticons right here, and then just that full picture is just great. One thing that this doesn't allow or anything though is that it doesn't allow him to transform with it or anything, you know? So like when you're actually going into transformation mode, let's like start going over here, and then right here is actually where you actually start like hitting your your exercise in futility and everything like that, because it's this ridge right over here that stops you from actually transforming this guy at all or anything like that, which is actually kind of like really a bummer to me and everything like that. I would love to like actually see this like work for him. But let's check out the secondary head. For good measure, I mean, this just looks great. He looks like Prime, bring me the Matrix. You know, with that Megatron voice that he actually had while he was Galvatron and everything, you know, like, I really love this so much, but I love my Transformers being able to transform, you know, like, that's actually one of the things about that. So let's lift this head off and let's put on the one that I actually installed that made the difference for me. And there we go. Just snaps right onto the ball socket. And it's a little bright for me. It looks like he actually kind of like transitioned into ethereal Megatron. You know what I mean? Especially with like how bright that head actually is, you know? But like when you actually do transform him, it works so well. So now, instead of like hitting like the ridge that we actually had over here, you can just go just like so and then just bring that out, and it works so well. So now he actually has the ability to like use this head and keep that head on while he's actually transforming into his 4 alternate modes and everything. I'm sorry, his 3 alternate modes. His 4th one is robot mode. But like when you actually use this, it just works out so well. It's not as color correct as like say this one would actually be, where it actually matches the coloring a lot better and everything, but it just works. I mean, it's just great. So you can actually use that in either his spaceship mode or spaceship drone mode, I think, or his tank mode, or his siege weapon mode, and it just works. But like either way, you're actually getting a quality head and everything like that, because this just looks the part to me and everything. Even though this one I was actually really selling it to me and everything, especially since I can actually make out things like a lot better with this head. And just like looking at right over here and everything like that, you see how bright and shiny that actually is. It's great, it's great. And I got used to the coloring, and he's still perfect just the way he is. But like this was actually like so much better and everything, you know what I mean? And I just really love the fact that we actually had that ridge right over here and everything. It just looks great, you know, like that's just commanding almost, you know what I mean? But like this is no less commanding. It's actually very cool just to see what we're actually getting here and everything. And I just wanted to share this with you as an option of how you can actually make your Megatron better. I know there are a lot of like Bay fans out there and everything like that who actually love the more like industrial look of this right over here, but like this just looks so cool, you know what I mean? So like, let me give you a couple of comparisons. Now we all know that this was actually made for this version of Optimus, and they look great together and everything. You know, the Studio Series Optimus is actually just a really fun figure, but hear me out here. Let's just take this guy and replace him with this guy right over here. Boom! Look at that. There you go. That is exactly what movie figures should actually be. And it took the video game to actually just really flesh out just such an amazing Prime to go along with the Emperor of Destruction here. Just really amazing, and I love the way these guys actually look together. Now, like, I still have yet to do a review on this guy, and that's actually going to come up pretty soon, I think, you know? But I just had to show you options, you know what I mean? Because like these guys just look so perfect together. And if you're actually looking for like a leader for your movie collection and everything, you know, these guys are actually it right over here. If you missed out on the Studio Series Optimus Prime, right back here, you see this guy? Hello, how are you? I'm Optimus Prime. You know, like if you missed out on that version of Optimus, you have this version of Optimus Prime to actually go with and everything from Reactivate. And I love Reactivate Optimus Prime so much. And to have him with his counterpart right over here, just so perfect. And the fact that we actually have this going along with the studio, to go along with reactivate Starscream, it just makes it just sells it to me and everything, you know, like I love this so much. In any case, I will give you final thoughts in just a moment. Megs, how do you feel about your new head?
Well, I like it, and I don't feel like killing that much anymore.
But you do still feel like killing, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, who doesn't? Killing's the best.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So there we go. And the Megs is actually very, very cool. Like I love this head face sculpt with him. On just a closer look at that. Look at that. The gleaming warrior himself and everything. That's great. Anyway, I'm gonna give you final thoughts. Studio Series Megatron is actually very awesome. And like whatever you actually do with your figures, you win. And if you actually decided that you wanted to keep the industrial look of Megatron going and everything, that's actually all fine. It's up to your druthers. You keep on doing what you want to do. You are number one in your world, and you treat yourself as well as you can, because that's actually the great one for you. But for me personally, I wanted something that's actually like a little bit more of the Decepticon leader that I know, and I'm actually kind of like more of a G1 dude more than anything else. And this actually just like really took the cake for me and everything. He was just everything that I thought Megatron should actually be, even in movie style. I think that they should have actually kind of like been more focused on like kind of like the smoother look of like the robots themselves and everything, and this actually really sold me on them and everything, you know. It's awesome. It's everything that I could actually want. If you decide to go get this version of the head, that's actually great too, you know. That's actually a great option. And if you actually want to transform it, you could always pop the head off and put it back on again and everything like that. Whatever you actually want to do. Remember, anything that you actually do with your collection, you are the master of your own destiny, and you win. You win. But this is actually a great upgrade, and there are more upgrades for this version of Megatron that I'm actually looking into right now and everything. So like, whatever you actually do with your Megatron, just there's so many options for this guy. It's great. Thank you again for joining me for another episode of DIECAST NORBZ Activate. Thank you for coming along with me again for another trip through nerddom. I appreciate you all for joining me. As always, treat yourselves amazingly. Make sure that you're actually treating yourselves amazingly, eloquently, because you are the main character in your own story. Make sure you actually treat yourself with love, because love is an action word, and make sure you actually take that action and bring it to every single person out there and everything like that. Show that positivity and affection for everyone out there, because there's not a lot of it out there, and we need to recreate it again, you know, just like get that flow going. Also, make sure you take that love and positivity and just share it with the 360-degree Fibonacci scale of the universe. Let it come back down here over to HQ, because I could always use some myself. And as always, when these stop being magical, that's when I'll stop collecting. I look forward to talking to each and every one of you soon.